Good evening, everyone. Uh, Today, we are going to start the class about DBMS. You know what is about DBMS? DBMS is all about database management system. So, firstly, what is database management system? Database management system refers to the technology and it will store or optimize or manage the data which is used to store the data or we have to retrieve the data. It means whenever we want to store the data or else we want to retrieve the data or else whatever the manipulations or whatever the things we want to do with the data that will be stored or that needs some system to control over the data. So for that we have some databases. So these all will be taken care by the DBMS. Okay, and these DBMS will offer a systematic approach to the management of the database, and it acts as an interface for the users and as well as for your workloads which has been assigning to your database. Like we are the users and we need some data to be stored somewhere else in our if like example we are taking a Google Drive or else Google Outlook, sorry, Microsoft Outlook. So what the purpose we are taking these two things? The purpose of taking these two things is all about storing some of the data, whatever the data it might be. It might be photos or it might be a documents or it might be whatever it might be. We are just taking these type of applications, using these type of applications only to store the data. So these database management system will every time it will act as an interface between the data and the user. Okay, and this management is responsible for the information whatever present in it. So whatever the information it is having, it will be responsible. This management will be responsible through apps. It will particularly takes all the apps. Okay, and these databases will have the logic structure. Okay, and it will have the many operations and it can also change its management. It has a many operations and it can also change its management. And runtime database is also like centralized. It will also be centralized. So whenever you go with the computer science, students will always have it's like C and C++. This totally depends on your programming languages like your Python. Everything will depends on your programming languages, but this database management system is somewhat different. It is also a programming, but not in a like how we will write the programs to create an application or whatever it might be. It won't be like that. This DBMS will handle the data itself only. It handles the functionality of the whatever the data you're storing. If you want to access the data, what are the queries you need to place, like షార్ట్ కట్ కీస్ అనుకోండి. ఇప్పుడు మీరు షార్ట్ కట్ కీస్ ఎలా నేర్చుకుంటారో ఇక్కడ కూడా కొన్ని క్వైరీస్ ఉంటాయి. సో యూ నీడ్ టు like know that queries. You need to authorize that queries and you need to approve that queries so that you can get the data from all the storage devices. So whatever the storage devices you are having, from that storage devices itself you can get the data. Okay, so this is all about your introduction of your DBMS. And you have the definition like this way. What is the definition you have? A very large and integrated collection of data models real world enterprises and entities. So here you will represent your entities as students or else courses or else employee. So example I'll tell. So in a college or else in a school, there will be having certain faculty members or a certain staff and people of students, and this college has to store all the details of this staff and also the students. Okay, so how it will be divided, how it will be categorized? It will be categorized in the way that students are considered as a one database and a staff is considered as another database. So these type of taking these type of entities, these are known as the entities. Here we will represent the staff and students in a form of entities. Okay, and next relationships. Relationships is nothing but example, here is one of the student, he is there. So is the student belongs to which group? MPCS, MECS, BCom, BSc, whatever it might be. We'll just consider the relationship in this way here. Example, coming to our real world, we'll have some relationships, mother, father, sister, brother, right? So here also a certain particular person, here we are taking a data of a particular person. Example, if you are taking a particular person data, how you will represent him? You will represent him. Example, you are taking a student name of some Uday. His name is some Uday, and there will be so many Udays in the school, total school. In total school, there will be so many Udays. There might be 5, 6 Udays, but how we will categorize him? Uday with a particular relationship is nothing but he is belongs to a second class or a fifth class, or else we can say it as a coming to the college, he belongs to a BSc, he belongs to a BCom. In BSc also he is having some of the, in BSc also we are having so many Udays again. If you are taking considering a particular class BSc, in BSc also there might be a 3 Udays or 4 Udays with a different initial names, or it might be a same initial name. Again, how we will categorize him? We'll categorize him by using this roll number, hall ticket number, whatever it might be. There may be a unique identification number given for particular person, and that with using that unique identification number only we can recognize him that he is a some person with whom we are having the data, what the data is having with which person data is having with us. Okay, so this is how we divide our particular persons and relationships in the way of entities and relationships. Okay, so and we'll get a question mark that why you need to study a databases. So why need to study a databases is nothing but like we are coming from the computation to the information, like low level end of the web to the high level end of the web. Like we have seen so many telephones, like landlines. From where we came from a landlines that it comes to a particular home only. We cannot take with us along, and it is not a portable one. So we have seen that low end of the system, low end of the technology. Now it is going to be high end of the technology, that we have a mobile phones and we are having internet in our hand itself only. With a small mobile data, we can check all over the world's news. Okay, so how it came? So this is how this total data, because of this database, we are storing so much of databases in, and this is also one of the advantage. We can have so many storage devices behalf of our we no need to use any paperwork like that. We no need to use. We have a particular database. We can we can delete the information, we can add the information, whatever the things we have to take, whatever the simplifications we need to take, that we will do by using our databases. Okay, and so many projects have been taken place on using the DBMSs, with a example, we'll take mobile phones. Mobile phones, previously we used to get without any memory card. So without any memory, internal memory, the phone memory we doesn't have. We need to have some memory card with us by using only memory card, that 2 GB memory card, 4 GB memory card. Taking with that memory card itself only, we'll just store the data inside that. Without that, we cannot take a single photo even itself. Okay, that used to be there in a previous technology, we can say. But coming to this entire world, like fast forwarding technologies, we are just moving up with the high end technologies. Like we there is a like default spaces memory is added to the phone itself. Internal memory, it's coming with the phone itself, like 16 GB to, 24 GB, whatever it might be. The phone mobiles have been evolutionized right now, more and more. Right. So that is the reason we need to study the databases, which is playing a crucial role, or we can say it's a main role in our present information world. Okay. So example, you are sending your WhatsApp messages. How we are going to send that WhatsApp messages, where the data is going to be stored, how the data is, you are deleting the message, how the message was deleted in this real world. So these are all being taken by the backend processes. So for that, we need to even study the database. It was, we can say it is an evergreen subject. And the history of databases. First, we will see the history of databases. See, in 1950s and the early of 1960s, data processing is taken place with using the magnetic tapes for the storage. So we used to have that. How we are having hard disks, and now how we are having the memory cards, chips. The same way, previously in 1950s to 1960s, early of 1960s, we used to have magnetic tapes for storage, and these tapes will provide only sequential access. Like example, if you are having data in your laptop or else in your mobile, you can change the data by using you can modify it by using the date. From date wise, we can modify it, and by using your what name wise also we can modify it. So in this way we can modify the date. But previously it is only with a sequential order. We'll just took up the data with whatever the data we is having with the magnetic tapes. It will always will take the sequential order itself. That kind of data will be only accessed. Okay. Yeah. And next is from late 90s, 1960s to 1970s. So from late 1960s, like early 1960s, we used to have the magnetic tapes, and later on we have got the hard disks. So till now, the hard disks are playing a crucial role, and these hard disks will allow the direct access to the data, and network models are being widespreaded. It will it is also used in our researchers, R-type prototype, and high performance will be there for this transactions. Okay, and from 1980s, it's the evolution, the research has been evaluated, and we have become SQL queries by using these databases, distributed systems, and parallel systems, parallel database and distributed database. With object oriented database, we'll just collecting the data. And in 1990s, we use the terabytes and web commerce, online database we used to store. And in from 2000s, we are just concentrating on our XMLs and XQuery standards, and also automated database administrations, and web scale distributed data storage systems. So these are all being the evolutions which have been from 1950s to till the 2000s. we are just coming up with a different type of data storages. Okay, like nowadays we are using online storages like Outlooks, whatever it might be, online storages. We are just placing our total information in that to keep our data safe with using a encrypted databases. Like encrypted is nothing but your passwords. You'll just always keep passwords for every apps. So that is nothing but you are encrypting all your data so that your data should not be manipulated, misplaced somewhere else. Okay, the advanced versions we are using nowadays. And now we will see the disadvantages of file system. So in early days, what we'll have some hard disk itself, or else we have some what magnetic tapes. So that there will be some misplaces of data will be there, and data redundancy will be there, and inconsistency will be there. Data redundancy means if it is having this some space. Excuse me. Okay, so see here. Uh, what we are telling, yeah, sales for customer products and purchases, and online retails for order tracking, and manufacturing and human resources, like example in your companies need more databases. These database will touch all the aspects of our life for a complete information which has to be stored. Okay, so now we will see what is difference between the files and DBMS. So applications must save large databases in the main memory or the secondary storage. Special code for different queries will be there, and it will protect the inconsistency and due to multiple concurrent users, and the crash recovery is also there, and security access control is also there. While coming to your files, it doesn't have those all the things. Like example, you are taking your Microsoft Office Word, sorry, Microsoft Word, and you have some of the you just took the information in your Word and you kept in your mobile laptop itself only. What it will be doing? When whoever wants to open it, they can open it. No need of any privacy, no need of any security, and there will be some queries. Those are all the things will not bother when you are using with your files and document purposes. But coming to your databases management system, you just have the particular security and particular type of some queries you need to be taken, and with using the queries only the file will be opened. Okay. So next is architecture of your DBMS. So this architecture that I'll be showing, actually I want to show the architecture for you people. Just wait a bit. Okay. Yeah. Can you people see the architecture?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. See, so this is the architecture of your DBMS. So here, this architecture of the database is greatly influenced by your computer system. And first, here you have centralized, client server, and parallel and distributed. Okay, here you can see here. Okay, so we'll just this database application will have a three-tier architecture. There is a two-tier architecture, and also there is a three-tier architecture. I'll just stop this share, and I'll just So that is your 2-tier and 3-tier application for your DBMS. Okay, and here in your 3-tier and architecture, your user application and network and database will be there. When coming to your 3-tier architecture, your application client, application server, and database system, it will be there. So now I'll show you this 2-tier and 3-tier structures, architectures. Okay, sorry for this. I couldn't place this screen share because it is not supporting for me. Tomorrow I'll just show you by using the PPTs. Okay. Sorry for today, and tomorrow we'll just go through it. Okay, 2-tier applications and 3-tier applications, and for you viewing the data. So how we will view the data in our systems and the data abstraction. The next is your data abstraction, and levels of abstraction will be there. So these are all we will be seeing and discussing for tomorrow. As today is the first class, we'll just end up the class for today with this. But for tomorrow, we'll just go with all the details with using a PPT. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.